All right, for the second video in our series on evaluating investment properties, we're going to take a look at the breakdown on a duplex here in Peoria, Illinois. This was a recent transaction. My role is the marketing and research director for the Jessica Ball team at REMAX Traders Unlimited. So this was a sale by one of our team members of a duplex that costs $90,000. If you're unfamiliar with a spreadsheet evaluation tool like this, feel free to go back and watch our evaluating a single family home. But in this case, we're happy to share this spreadsheet for evaluating properties with any interested potential clients. You can contact our team at 309-863-5045 or email us at jessicaball@remax.net. So again, today we're evaluating a $90,000 duplex in Peoria, Illinois. This duplex, as we looked at the records for Peoria County Tax Assessor, the land cost was $2,000, putting the building cost for our duplex at $88,000. As I looked at rents on Zillow and across different homes in the area, these each will rent for $700. So I put the rent in each of these two areas of the spreadsheet. And this is where you can go back and you can estimate what things would look like for determining cash flow with higher or lower rents. Set the interest rate at 3.5%, the loan term to 30 years. And on a duplex or multifamily unit, as opposed to the single family home, in most cases, the bank is going to require you to put 25% down instead of 20%. So for this $90,000 duplex, our down payment is going to be $22,500, and we'll be taking out the 30-year mortgage for $67,500. Again, if both units are renting for $700 a month, it brings our total potential rental income to $16,800 a year. We leave room for 5% vacancy, so we're looking at gross operating income of $15,960. Calculated our real estate taxes based on the sales price, property insurance at $650. We've allocated funds for maintenance and repairs, as well as the sewer and stormwater fees for here in Peoria. Unlike the last example that I did in Pekin, Illinois, and Peoria, Illinois, we need to allocate funds for licenses and permits annually. And so we have $125 for the first unit and $50 for each additional for $75. And then unlike our single family homes where we make the assumption that our tenants are going to be taking care of lawns and groundkeeping, we do for our tenants in duplexes plan for some lawn and groundskeeping costs for snow and basic lawn care. And so I've put $1,000 as an expense in here. Again, when you use this spreadsheet to evaluate a property, you can estimate any expenses that you have in there to give you a better idea of your potential cash flow. But here we've accumulated net operating expenses of about $67.55, which after our estimated rent minus the 5% vacancy, leaves us with a net operating income of $9,205. On our 30-year mortgage at 3.5%, you can see our annual debt service of principal and interest is going to be $3,637. So our cash flow before taxes is $5,568. I always like to add back in the principal payments because we're actually building equity of $1,275 a year. We will use depreciation on this property. Again, the same as we do any residential property, 27.5 years. And so we will depreciate the property by $3,200. And so we would actually be taxed on $3,643. But when we talk about true cash flow before taxes, this $5,568 puts us at an expected cash flow or return of $463.98 per month. In the past video, I talked about a debt service coverage ratio where banks will want to see that you have the capacity to be paying your mortgage, principal, and interest. And this debt service coverage ratio comes in at 2.5, which is excellent. So the bank should look at this kind of statement and say, wow, this investor has a great capacity with this rented to be paying back all that is owed to the bank on a monthly basis. And so as we go out here, Back to the top again, our loan to value is 75% since we need 25% down on a multifamily property for most fixed rate mortgages. And our actual cash flow on this investment is 25%. And so again, we get that by looking at the 5568 as our real cash flow after our expenses, but before taxes, and dividing it by our total cash investment of 22,500. And I don't think you're ever going to find great investments or consistent investments where you can get a cash flow or cash on cash return of anything near 25%. This is an excellent example. However, this was a property purchased off the MLS, so we get lots of great deals here in our region on the MLS where you can certainly get into the range of 15 to 20% for cash flow on your initial investment. Again, my next video, we will be talking about comparing investments as you are making a decision as to what to buy. But our team is always happy to help you assess and analyze potential investments, whether it's single family homes, duplex, triplex, small apartment building, large apartment building, or a commercial space. And we've got evaluation tools for exactly those. So if you are looking for an investment or shopping around, whether it's one on the MLS or that you're thinking about otherwise, you can contact our team, 309-863-5045, and we're happy to help you in purchasing your next real estate investment.